So as I'm sure you're aware, the way to find holes or air leaks in an inflatable is to fully inflate it, fill a pump sprayer full of dish soap and water, and then spray the entire piece down looking for bubbles. So I've already been working on this piece here, and I know that there are 2 seam leaks located somewhere in this region. So it sometimes takes 30 seconds or so for the bubbles to, at least noticeable bubbles, to appear. Bubbles with a seam leak are going to be noticeably smaller. I'm already starting to see some here. If you look closely, you can see this stream of bubbles coming out of this area of the product located right below the seam. So once I notice something like that, I'm going to take a grease pen and I'm going to mark and draw an arrow to the problematic area. And I'll do the same up here. So now that I've marked both of my seam leaks, typically I'll take a step back, watch the piece or look at the piece for a couple of minutes to make sure no other leaks present themselves. And when I'm confident that these are the only 2 leaks on the piece, then I'll go ahead and deflate it. And then once this area is dry, I can start my repairs. So now that we've got our product deflated and fully dried, what you can see, I've laid out the area that we're going to be patching on a flat surface. So I've tucked a couple of boxes underneath here, put a board gently underneath the material, fold the material on top of it to create a flat surface. The first step of doing any repairs is going to be to make sure that you get the area being repaired fully clean. And I'll show you the product we're going to use to do that. This product here is called MEK, methyl ethyl ketone, and it does a great job at cleaning this material. So I'm going to go ahead and take my rag, pour some MEK on my rag. If you spill some, it's no big deal. Now you notice I've got gloves on. You're going to want to make sure that you wear gloves with this because it is pretty nasty stuff. So when we found our seam leak, I had drawn an arrow to the area that was leaking. So now I'm going to focus my cleaning around that area, remembering where that leak was. If you look closely, this cleaner does a good job at removing dirt, grime, and also the oxidation that occurs on this material after being out in the sun and the elements for quite a while. You'll notice you can kind of see it brightening up or changing colors a little bit. That means it is getting to the point where it's clean enough to patch. Okay? So now that I've got my area that needs to be repaired, cleaned well, we're going to use a product called aquaseal. Now this is available through CRS. So if you ever find yourself in this situation, please reach out to us. We're happy to send some of this your way. You can purchase it through your sales rep. So I've got a tube right here that I've already been working with that I'm going to use. This product is super simple. You guys are going to like this because all you have to do to apply this to a seam is squeeze a bead of it out onto your seam in the area that was leaking. Now I like to go maybe an inch or 2 wider than the area that was leaking just to make sure that I've covered it enough. So I've applied the aquaseal. Now this stuff is self-leveling. So since this is a pretty flat spot, I could probably walk away at this point and that bead of aquaseal will flatten itself out. So with very gentle pressure, just take your finger, run it right along that bead, which will flatten out the aquaseal. Sometimes I may have to go over it twice. And that's it. Now we wait about 24 hours for this to cure. And then after that curing period, we can go ahead and inflate our piece. Grab your pump sprayer with your soapy water, spray down this area, double check, make sure that our patches were successful, no air is leaking, and hopefully the product will now be good to go. Good luck with your repairs.